Hi everyone, my name is Dr. Paulo Antônio Almeida. I'm from Brazil. I'm a psychologist, and my work is to treat anxiety from all people around the world. Thank you for coming. And now in my life, I have the special guest called James. James is a teacher, English teacher, and he gave me a lot of great classes here through online class. This is my first live in English, so I recommend James teachers, of course, and we will discuss about the stress warning signs from article from Harvard. It's very nice. We can discuss this. James, thank you for coming. I appreciate your time with me, and of course, you will help me a lot with English words in about anxiety. Help me. Thank you for coming.
Yes, thanks for having me, Paulo.
Yes, very nice. James, how long you now are you living? You are living in Mexico City, but you are from Canada, and I just wonder how hard is people around the world living in another country, different from your original culture. How do you feel this kind of emotions and feelings and stress and anxiety living abroad? Different from your original country.
Yeah, so as Paulo mentioned, I'm from Canada originally, and I moved to Mexico 10 years ago, back in 2014, so 10 years now. And I came here alone to learn Spanish. I
Oh
took an
my,
intensive Spanish course, 6 hours of Spanish every day. This was a goal I had since high school. I wanted to learn Spanish. So once I graduated from university, I decided to travel to Mexico and learn Spanish. Yeah. So,
yes,
and now I live here.
congratulations.
But yeah, it was a huge culture shock. Culture shock, you know?
Yes,
Everything was different when I came here. The people, the food, the language. I didn't speak any Spanish, zero Spanish. So
oh
imagine it
my
was
God.
quite stressful. I did experience a lot of anxiety, but I am very persistent. So when I have a goal, I work towards it and I never give up until I accomplish it. So, but yeah, I
Mhm,
did experience a lot of stress and a lot of anxiety. I came here alone. So,
mhm. And how do you cope with this anxiety during your first years in Mexico? How do you feel? What kind of strategies did you do during these tough times in Mexico City in the beginners of your years?
well, I'm an English teacher.
Uh,
And apart from that, I'm also a music producer. So music has played a big role in my life, um, as far as helping to calm me, an outlet for expressing myself. It's really like a therapy. When I get in my home studio and I start producing music, I can feel calm, and I forget about everything. Everything
yeah.
disappears. If I'm anxious, my anxiety goes away, and I can just focus on the music. So music played a big part in that, helped me a
Mhm.
lot to get
Great,
through, you know,
great idea.
stressful and anxious
Yeah.
times. I think everyone needs a hobby or an outlet of expression. Otherwise, the stress and the anxiety has no place to go, right? Like some people meditate, like Paulo meditates, and I need to
Mhm.
do more of that. But that's one thing that can act as an outlet to help us to release our angst, our stress, and anxiety. And music was that for me, and still is
Yeah.
today. Yeah.
Yes, congratulations, because music is a wonderful tool to cope with anxiety and to music express our emotion in deeply way. I think music is help us to live better and better and to get better health during our lifespan is wonderful technique.
Yeah.
James, now I'm showing you some express some words from Harvard article about the stress,
Yeah.
one science, and I'd like you to share some words, some stress, some symptoms. Maybe have you feeling
Hmm.
since then? Like
Yeah.
here, like I show you, I can see here like tight neck and shoulders, back pain, sleep difficulties, tiredness or fatigue, racing heartbeat or palpitations, shakiness or tremors, sweating. Tell me, uh, some of them you feel in a less degree or hard degree. What do you feel about this kind
Yeah.
of physical symptoms?
Right. I was looking through this list and I realized that I have or experience most of these symptoms. Yeah. So not all of them, but most of them. And that's a
Yes,
good indication. Um, that makes it clear to me that I struggle with anxiety, which I think a lot of people do. And I think a lot of people maybe aren't aware that they struggle with anxiety. So this is a good list of symptoms because as someone reads through this, they can realize like, oh my goodness, I guess I struggle with anxiety, but I had no idea. You know, most
exactly.
people experience these symptoms. Yeah.
Yes, I agree with you. It's very interesting because, like you are saying now, some people, it's very common people suffer from anxiety and they don't know what kind of symptoms they feel is related to anxiety.
Right.
They feel so confused. Oh my God, this is anxiety, or maybe this is another disease
Yeah.
or another gray symptoms. I don't know. I'm confused. I'm suffer a lot from this. When you realize this is could be anxiety, okay, it's very nice to know about that, and maybe I could start the treatment from with a psychotherapy.
Yes, for sure.
Tell me, some of them like physical symptoms. How these symptoms have you feeling since you arrived at Mexico City?
Yeah, well, one thing, well, two of them stick out to me. The sleep difficulties and the tiredness and fatigue. So,
Okay.
in the past, I had a lot of sleep difficulties, even when
Mm-hmm.
I was living in Canada. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but now it's more like I before I had problems falling asleep, but because my mind was racing 100 miles per hour, right?
Yeah.
But now I fall asleep pretty quickly,
Mm-hmm.
but I feel like my sleep quality is maybe not very good.
Mm.
Although I believe that is more, um, that's connected more to my allergies because I have pollen allergies.
Mm.
I have
Okay.
allergies from tree pollen, and this time of year, there's a lot of pollen. If I check my cell phone, I have
Yeah.
a weather app, and it shows me the level of pollen in the air for the day.
Unbelievable.
And today
And
today it says high pollen. So
yeah. What
actually,
kind of the app show you this the quality of pollen?
is the default app on my phone. Like I
Okay.
have my you know the weather
Ah,
on my
right.
phone, and if I
Yeah.
click it, then I can check the weather.
Ah, the weather.
I scroll down and it says high
A lot of
pollen,
high pollen.
high pollen, right?
Wonderful.
So
Yes.
if we it's pretty cool because if I click on the pollen, it
Hmm.
shows me the different types. So right now there is low grass pollen, but there is high tree pollen.
Oh, wonderful.
In fact, during the night, I woke up because I couldn't breathe very well because my
Mm,
nose was congested,
my
and
God.
that's because of the tree pollen. So that affects my sleep a lot. I don't know how much it has to do with anxiety because I think it has to do more with the pollen. But as far as symptoms related to anxiety, I guess um, maybe you can pull up the symptoms again.
Okay, I'll pull up. But let me explain this kind of symptoms because sleep difficulty is very common symptoms from anxiety and from
Yeah.
another disease too, like depression
Right.
or other
Yeah.
mental health, difficult mental health. But
Hmm.
like you said, first of all, you could nowadays you could sleep quickly in the beginning, but your sleep condition is not
The
good,
quality.
this
Hmm.
quality is worse. Uh, Maybe because anxiety, like a allergy from pollen, and maybe
Yeah.
another
Could be a
problem.
mix, right?
Yeah,
Could be a
mix of
mix.
yes. But I think it's very interesting how you discover this kind of symptoms inside your body,
Hmm.
and when you realize uh, this problem, you could start to treating in a good
Yeah.
way.
It's the first step, right? You have to
Yes, first
recognize
step.
it.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
The another one, it is physical symptoms, but here we have a lot of other ones. Uh,
Oh, yeah. Actually, tight neck. I get a tight neck usually, but I think
yes.
it's because I sit down all day.
Yes, it's difficult nowadays for us to stay in a good posture.
Yeah.
This is hard, but it's interesting if you could train our body to stay in a good posture.
Yeah.
Actually,
And the tiredness and fatigue is also are also symptoms that are shared with allergies because I was actually searching that yesterday and online, and it says that tree pollen can cause, well, an allergy to tree pollen can cause fatigue. And I thought, oh, wow, that makes sense because I'm
yes,
usually like very tired, even though I
yes,
sleep 8 hours, I feel very tired, but I believe it's the pollen. So, but it could be anxiety as well. It could be a mix.
yes, exactly. Because we suffer a lot of press from the environment, from like allergy and our emotion, our feelings. And so we, as a human being, you have a lot of different cause of our symptoms, not
Hmm.
just anxiety, but allergy and another problem with organ problem. And if you do this kind of difference between what I feel like is from the cause is from organic roots, and on the other hand, what does the cause from emotional problem like anxiety or
Yeah,
depression? To acknowledge the difference between organic cause and emotion cause is very important in the treatment of anxiety.
right. Actually, there are
And,
two symptoms that stick out to me. The
yeah,
grinding of teeth. I don't know
yeah,
where that shows up. It's somewhere on the list, maybe further down.
yes, let me
Grinding
see.
of teeth grinding. Where
A
is that?
grinding of teeth here.
Grinding my teeth.
Here.
I
Okay.
actually have to wear a guard at night so that I don't
Yes,
destroy my teeth.
yeah,
And that's definitely related. I think that's more specific to anxiety and stress.
exactly. Yeah,
But I
it's very,
grind my teeth a lot because
yes, it's like a
allergies.
bruxism. Bruxism is another word for grinding your teeth.
Yeah, allergies don't really cause grinding, I believe. Um, the other one is ringing in my left ear.
Exactly. I
Yeah.
remember you told me. How do you cope with the ring your ears? How do you feel this? It's very difficult.
Yeah, so I went to see an ear specialist because I thought, "Oh no, maybe I have problems with my hearing."
Yeah,
And the specialist did a bunch of tests, and everything came back fine, like 100%. My hearing is normal, it's fine. and the structure of the ear canal and everything, no problem. They did a brain scan, there was no problem. So I guess it has to do more with anxiety, and here on the list, it's listed as a specific symptom. And it's not very loud, but
Mhm,
I can hear it all the time. Yeah.
mhm. And James, have you had psychotherapy? Have you go to the psychotherapy someday in your life?
I haven't before, but I've always been curious, you know.
Mhm.
The closest thing I did to psychotherapy was, I guess, or seeing a psychologist was one time I visited a hypnotherapist.
Okay, very nice.
But he could not get me to enter the hypnosis state, to relax myself enough. I was blocking everything
Okay.
internally, so it wasn't successful. He couldn't break me.
Did
I was
you
fighting.
do you feel afraid of to be hypnotized?
I was probably, I was very curious and I wanted to receive this therapy, but I
Mhm.
think internally I was fighting, you know.
Ah,
O-
okay, yeah.
On the surface, I wanted to experience this, but
Mhm,
inside I was fighting because
mhm,
I believe I was maybe, even though I was not aware of it, I was a little bit fearful of losing all control in the
mhm.
hypnosis state,
Yeah,
the hypnotic state. Yeah.
yes. But do you nowadays, what kind of feelings and emotions most worry you? What kind of thoughts is stay inside your mind that you worry you a lot?
Okay. So I live here alone in Mexico,
Mhm.
and I am a social media content creator and an
Yeah,
English teacher. So I run my own business. And when it comes to running your own business, some months are very good, some months are not so good, right? And
yes,
it's kind of up and down. When you're working for a company, your salary is steady. Every
yes.
month, you're going to receive a certain amount, right? And maybe you don't make a lot working for a company, but your income is steady and predictable, right? When you are running your own business, like yourself, you have months that are up, months that are down. So this can be stressful, and it
Yes,
can
of course.
make you feel anxious sometimes because when you're having a bad month, it's like, oh my gosh, I don't know if I will have enough to eat tomorrow, right? So, but we choose this path because this is our passion and we enjoy doing this, It comes with its advantages and disadvantages, like anything. But that's
Mhm.
definitely part of it, right? Like you got to
Yeah.
make sure you're running things correctly so that you can stay afloat. Like the boat
Yeah.
on the water, you don't sink.
Yeah. Yes, it's very interesting because people suffer from anxiety. They feel like the problem is uncertainty about the future.
Uncertainty. Yeah,
Yes, and
exactly.
this kind of uncertainty happens. All of the human beings feel uncertainty about the future, but the problem is how we could deal with our uncertainties
Yeah,
because life is uncertainty all the time.
uncertain. Yeah, and you were talking about meditation last time we spoke.
Yes, yes, yes. Because
Yeah,
meditation, the one of the principle of meditation is to be here and now. When you
right.
train your mind to stay calm down, real and here and now, you could train your mind to pay attention in your day life. And this is the most important thing you have in our life is the present moment.
Yeah,
When you focus in this technique, it's very important to calm down, to organize our mind, to stay in balance with our soul, our mind, and our feelings.
Right.
Because the future is will always
In the imagination, right?
yes,
In the mind. The future is in the mind.
in the mind. Yeah. When
Maybe
you
hold
train
your
in your
hands out
mind, yes, the
and
wonders.
realize, like, I am here. I'm not in the future. I am here right now.
Yeah. Like here in the article, cognitive symptoms, continual worry, poor concentration, trouble remember things, loss of sense of humor, indecisiveness, lack of creativity, trouble think clearly.
Yeah.
Maybe it's
I've
very.
experienced the trouble thinking clearly, when you feel
Mhm.
like you have so many thoughts in your mind that you cannot focus on one, right?
Yeah,
Because you have a lot of maybe stress in your mind and everything is just flying.
yeah.
And you need to catch one thought and slow it down, but it's difficult because you feel anxious. Yeah.
Exactly. And one of the reasons people feel anxious about the thoughts, the multiple thoughts, is about they try to hold on the thoughts. And
Mm.
the meditation touch us, could teach us like you could let go the thoughts, like a horse, white horse in the camp. We could let go the thoughts in the freeway, and step by step, day by day, you hold our thoughts in a good way. Is in calm down relationship with your thoughts, not to hold in the aggressive
Yes.
way.
Like, allow your thoughts to be there, but sit back and observe them, but don't
Yeah.
judge them.
Yes. Yes.
Just let them fly, but
Hmm.
don't try to judge them and just observe them. Don't
Yes.
let them affect you physically. Yeah.
Of course. The most difficult thing is to our relationship with our thoughts in the freeway, because
Yeah.
we need control. Maybe you think, oh, I should control my thoughts. This
Yeah.
is the great problem.
Right.
Okay, James, we will finish. Thank you very much for coming here and to give me your attention and your experience from your life. Thank you very
I
much.
truly enjoyed my time with you, and thanks for inviting me.
Have a nice day. Ciao, ciao.
You too. Bye.